Hello everyone, this is Jasper the Realtor here, and thank you once again for following my video so far. I believe that you're really concerned about what should you do next given the fact that your current property has already appreciated in value. And at the end of this video, you'll see how life is like during retirement. And this is what I hear repeatedly from my friends and clients. Jasper, I bought my property at a much lower price previously. Yes, it has already appreciated in value, but I feel safer and more certain if I were to continue holding on to my current asset. Upgrading now is a big risk given that the new properties are all above $2,000 per square foot. What are the certainties that I can even make any profit if I were to swap out my property today? And I'm really comfortable in life right now, comfortably paying for my current mortgage every month. Why should I stress myself and land myself into paying more money every month? And so what will most people do? Be comfortable and stay put, right? Well, is there anything wrong with doing so? No, there is absolutely nothing wrong with this, don't get me wrong. But can I say that it's also important to understand what others are doing so that you don't miss out anything and make the best informed decisions for yourself? Then this video is for you. Today's video allows you to understand how others are building capital using their assets. You may be owning a HDB today with a value between 5 to 700,000, which you may have bought it around 350,000 back then. Or the condominium that's around 1.5 million in value, which you have also bought it around maybe 1 to 1.1 million previously. Or better still, a landed property that's worth 4 to 6 million right now. But can you recall that when you first bought your brand new property several years back, did you also have similar thoughts and concerns? And is this brand new property also higher in price as compared to the older developments nearby? Okay, so today we'll use this example of a development in West Coast, and you realize that by owning a property, generally between a 3 to 5 years holding period, owning a property in Singapore could actually give you decent significant return. But of course, I am not asking you to speculate. Do also understand about the downside of owning a property in Singapore. For example, if you need money urgently, property is less liquidable. Then of course is that the entry barrier to owning a property in Singapore is significantly higher as comparing to maybe buying one stock and share. As today we need a minimum of 25% down payment as well as some miscellaneous costs like stamp duties and legal fees too. So assuming that your current property is worth 1.5 million, should you upgrade to a property that's let's say $2 million in value, assuming you qualify? Because at the back of our mind we may be thinking possible higher monthly repayment, high interest rate environment, possible job uncertainty. Well, these are all valid concerns because I myself had the exact same thoughts when I bought my first investment property back then. But what if we are able to incorporate financial planning to mitigate the various possible risks? I share with my friends and clients this systematic and personalized method called Prudence Assessment Checklist, which allows you to understand your financial position and your financial capability in different unforeseen financial situations, like possible retrenchment. I had done a separate video to explain how you can go through this assessment yourself. Drop me a PM if you would like to request for the link to watch the video and do it yourself. But coming back to today's content, why do people still choose to do this continuously upgrade, including myself? It's simply because we wanted to protect our capital and profit and to build up our assets over time. Because back then when you first bought your $1 million property, you probably had only put in a down payment of 200 to 250,000. But because of a disciplined repayment routine, it then built out a significant pile of forced savings accumulated over the years, which I call this two pile of money, your capital. And not forgetting a profit of 500,000, and assuming that you are eligible for a $2 million property, which you are then required to put in approximately $570,000 in down payment and stamp duty. But did we neglect about the fact that our initial outlay when we first owned our first property is just merely over 200,000? Because of this built-out capital accumulated over the years, there is now enough funds for us to move on to a $2 million property. And do you realize this? Your net worth is now at 2 million instead of just 1.5. And because at age 65, your property will have already been fully paid up. And the reason that why many of us choose to sell is actually this.
So most property as it approach TOP, it has appreciation similar to yours. And some of us may feel this way. We are comfortable. We cannot buy back the old price in today's market anymore. Therefore, we decided to stay put. Therefore, today I'm going to use an example of this development in the West, which is called Caspian. Alright. So if we look back at the price trend of Caspian, we realize that in the initial days, when the earlier first batch owners bought it during 2009, they are paying an average of $600 PSF. So as the development TOP in 2010, alright, it TOP in 2010, the buyers continue to drive prices further as they can now see and feel the physical unit, pushing prices up to an average of $1,400 per square foot. Because of this mental block, we have made a decision to stay comfortable and stay put. But look at today, in 2003, the average per square foot in Caspian is only at $1,389.
And this means that our profit was compromised. We had also paid more interest over the years. Though fortunately we preserved our capital, but from 2014 to 2023 we are now 9 years older, and this means our loan eligibility is significantly reduced. I'm not saying that all development behave in this exact manner, but the idea is that it's even worse if this development is not maintained properly over the years. How many of you would love to go home to a rundown environment? And do you also know that, while many of others out there who have done this repeatedly, they could have easily done another 2 rounds at least. Is this result more desirable as compared to the owner that stay put? And this is why people always use assets to move forward. They are actually building up their net worth. But to be able to achieve this, you will first need to understand how financial works so that you can better plan ahead and to remain safe even during unforeseen circumstances. Don't get me wrong, I am not asking you to speculate because having been in this industry close to a decade, I'm just blessed to have witnessed and to learn from some of the rich and how they become richer through asset planning. And in this video, I'm sharing with you because I've also witnessed others who have worked hard but their wealth have not grown much over the years, and because this property will eventually be paid off at age 65. By then, would you prefer to have a fully paid up property that's 1.5 million or $2 million? I guess the choice is clear, right? And let's say by then you decided to right size to a 3-room HDB near town, which could easily cost 700,000 today. Can you imagine how much this 3-room HDB could cost 10-20 years down the road? But if you have at least 2 million net worth, you can still retire reasonably comfortable with more than $1 million in your account after that. Because the last I want to see for you is that after working hard all your life, at age 65 and you're still stressed over money. After working hard for 30 years, retirement life is meant to be enjoyable, right? So naturally, the next question will be, can I really afford? Is this the right time now, especially when interest rate is high? Even if I decided to move forward, how do I determine a property that is safe to buy? Well, the good news for you is that by going through this prudent financial checklist together, you'll be able to understand your financial position, including unfortunate situation like retrenchment. And of course, if you're looking for a safe buy, let me help you run through and understand the market essentials to know about before you commit your hard-earned money with my The Essentials research.